Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this short video. Today's subject is why art competitions are a pointless waste of time. Now I've got 4 reasons why I think you should go nowhere near them. And I mean, really quite passionate about this. I've had quite a bit of experience with this in the past and of people that I've known about juried art competitions. Okay, so what I mean by that is here in the UK, we've got things like the Royal Academy Summer Exhibition, we've got the National Open Art Competition, we've got the Juried Prize, we've got all kinds of competitions there, kind of national level. I'm sure if you're watching this in your own country or territory, you've got tons of different art competitions that you're aware of, things you see on social media, on the interweb, local news, that kind of thing. So this is what I'm talking about, art competitions that invite you to pay money for your entry, to submit your artwork that goes in front of a jury. They then decide whether you are good enough to go into the art show, and there is probably some degree of prizes or a structure at the end of it with a winner. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. And now I'm going to tell you the reasons why I think they are an absolute waste of time. These are just my opinions, they may not apply to you, and if you have had success in these and built a fantastic career on it, I really would love to hear that. However, here we go. Reason number 1, and again, this doesn't apply to all of them, but some of them, especially with the larger competitions, they can be pre-curated even before your submission is given into them. What I mean by that is other artists get to curate certain parts of the show, or they have their own favourites they can put into the show, which reduces the amount of spaces available for you. So having something that's already partly curated actually sends the show in a particular direction, which narrows down the ability for you to get your work in quite potentially. So off the back of that, I don't like them for that reason. I think they should, if they can be completely open, they should be completely open. Number 2, juried art competitions are essentially based on someone judging you as to whether it either fits in with the theme of the show or whether you're good enough to be in it with the work you've submitted. I personally have a massive problem with anybody telling me that my work isn't good enough. You've got work that you like and art that you love. We've all got stuff we dislike, but no one's got the right to tell you that you ain't good enough. Nobody at all. If you want to ask for technical advice on how to do a landscape or how to draw, that's absolutely fine. But no one's got the right to tell you whether you are good enough or bad enough with anything that you do. And this is the problem with juried competitions. Your work gets filtered through a line of judges and they go, yes, no, yes, no. And that's how it works. No, I'm sorry, they ain't got the right to do that. Don't believe that at all. Number 3. Art competitions are a great way for the organisers to earn money. I know one particular show, which will remain nameless, that actually the show that they organise is 50% of their entire revenue for the year. So what happens for your 35, 45, 50 pound submission fee? What happens to that for your entry fee? Well, you don't get it refunded if you don't get through, do you? No, they keep it. So actually this is a great revenue generator for the organisers. So when someone's taking your hard-earned money that you're pouring into wanting to be the next big thing in the art world or get some recognition, and what happens? Nothing, absolutely nothing. So it's a great money earner for them, all right? So this is a business model for the organisers. That's what this is. And then the 4th problem is the waiting for the response. So if you actually have gone and put your work into an open art competition, and then you've got to sit there and sit there and sit there and wait for the mail to come through or an email to pop through into your inbox, then it's waiting to know, have I got through? Have I not got through? What's happening? That's just a stress I can do without. So the waiting and the waiting and the waiting, which for me has always ultimately come in rejection. I just think it's just not worth it. Now, I did have an issue with one of these competitions many, many years ago, and Adi was with me at the time, and it's one of the reasons that shaped my decision into going and doing this without anybody's help or support or doing anything like this, all right? But that's for another video another day, all right? That's not, well, in fact, it may not even be for a video. But the simple fact is, ladies and gents, that you don't need to do this. You don't need the stress. You don't need to line the pockets of the organisers, and you don't need to chase this stardom or this validation. Why do you need to enter? Well, I mean, genuinely, why do you need to enter an open art competition? You want someone to rubber stamp and say, you're amazing, well done, you've won everything, fantastic. I mean, is that what you need? Do you need that? Do you want to put on your Twitter bio, award-winning artist? Or maybe that's what you want. If that's what you want, great, go for it, absolutely go for it. I mean, it doesn't bother me. But it may only work for a very, very, very tiny percentage of people. If it's worked for you, drop me some comments, because I'd love to hear about it. 99.9% of anybody I've ever spoken to, and I've got some fantastically talented art friends, it's done nothing. I even know one person where they've won a national prestigious award. I mean, like proper big ticket stuff. And it's done nothing. It's literally a dead end. It's great to have won it, and it goes on your CV, your art CV, and it looks fantastic for your provenance, but what does it translate into? It's great exposure. It doesn't pay the bills. Wake up to that. It doesn't. Exposure doesn't pay the bills. In fact, it does very little. I know, I've been trying for 10 years. It doesn't do anything. So look, enter them at your peril, but please manage your own expectations. The chances are, no matter how good you are, that if someone else doesn't like it, nothing's going to happen. In fact, here's my last little thing I'll just say. When was the last time you went to an open art competition? Did you have a look around? Did you think to yourself, what is all this? Did you think 90% of it was rubbish? Was it fantastic? Drop it in the comments, let me know. Let me know exactly where you went and what you were looking at, because I'd love to know. The stuff around in the UK, it's a little bit hit and miss. You can walk around some of these shows and think, my God, did they have their eyes shut? What on earth were they doing? I mean, you know, conceptualism is one form of art, but I don't want to walk around every single piece of art I look at trying to work out what the hell's going on. So look, let's get real, people. Spend your submission money on some art materials, or go and buy an e-course on social marketing or something and make it useful. But please try and avoid these competitions unless you really can manage your own expectations, because you're better off buying a scratch card for the lottery. Genuinely, you probably got more luck. Anyway, that's why I think you shouldn't enter open art competitions and juried art shows. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, because I've got tons more commentary, tons more live feeds coming through. Tell all your friends. And yes, we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. There's some up there, subscribe button there. Go for it, and thank you very much.